Hi there, welcome to Dylan's Workshop. Today I'm just going to talk about a build I'm going to be working on next and how I came to decide to do this. So, as you can see, I got 4 of these supercars, and because I came to this a bit later to building these, I never got the Porsche. So the Bugatti was already out of production, but it's easier to find that on like Amazon or eBay. The price of the Bugatti isn't obscene yet, but the Porsche GT3 is a bit high. So if you want to have a inbox set, it will be, I think it's in the order of like $1,200 or so, and then there'll be probably like another $100 in shipping or whatever on that. Get it on eBay. But it's hard to find, and I was even just looking for used, and it's hard to find it used that it's not already built. I did have a chance to buy a used one, but I ended up passing on it. It was still like, I think it was $900 and it was all built, and I was still like, I think I'll find a different way to do this, or find a because I've seen used ones for less in other places. It's just that the shipping adds up, right? I'd prefer to not have to take it apart. So if I could find even a used one that somebody's already taken apart, that would have been better. I started looking on Rebrickable, like, what are the parts for this? Can you buy the parts? Is it going to be possible to buy the parts? And as I was just kind of going through things, I noticed, like it said, I have a lot of the parts already, right? I already have a lot of the parts because I've entered a lot of my sets into Rebrickable, so it knows what parts I have. And it already said I had like 90 some percent of the parts, right? I'm just really missing like some of those printed pieces that are on the Porsche, and that's pretty much, and of course the stickers. But if I skip those ones, the price was not like completely unreasonable. There's like 4 or 5 pieces that are quite expensive, that are just absolutely the only part of the Porsche, and the only way you could get those pieces, I think, is to get the Porsche. I decided to let's look at where these 90 some percent of the pieces are. My assumption at first, as I checked the P1, I decided to just compare it against the P1, the parts there. And it was like 40% or something like that. I'm like, well, it's not the P1. And then I happened to check the Sian, the Lamborghini Sian, and it was like 70%, I believe, of the parts in the Sian match up with the Porsche. I went in and looked a little harder to see what I could do with the parts that were in there. And the main thing is like, if you want to get those parts in orange, that's where you're going to get hit with the prices. So I was looking, I decided, let's see, can I use the lime green? Can I use the lime green parts instead of the orange parts to make the Porsche? Indeed, a lot of the parts that you need in orange are in the lime green Porsche. I did that. I did some conversion, and then it gets up to like, I think it got up to like 77% or something like that. When you do that, when you switch the orange over to lime green, and I finally, after a while, I found the Sian is on sale in a lot of places. I've gotten it on sale twice now. For quite a lot less money, like $150 off. So I got a new Sian here that I'm going to be having to part out to sort them out to get all the parts for the Porsche. And I purchased from Bricklink all the additional parts I will need to build the Porsche. So these ones there's apparently a lot of these frame pieces for some reason that are needed in the Porsche, not included in the Sian. And of course, there's just a few extra lime green pieces you need that were not in here. One of the main pieces, some of the main pieces that you need in the Porsche are these axle pieces. So getting these in orange is very hard. So the fact that the longer ones exist in the Lamborghini is quite helpful. I had looked at, like, do I need to switch those to just black? When I was looking for them in orange, just to switch some of those pieces to black, and it's just like, well, if I am going to switch them, I might as well let's try lime and see what that works, and it did. A few like wheel parts, because the wheels are put together a bit differently, and there's just a few gears. It's not that many gears that I needed to get. Most of the gears are going to be in here, and that's part of the reason why it matches up so well. I imagine there's a lot of pin matching there as well, but I just got, and then these will probably be for the seats. I probably didn't need to get some of these, and definitely when I was looking through, I actually started looking through pictures for like lime green Porsches, like real ones, and I noticed that they liked making the roof and the hood black. And that's what these are for. These are going to be for the roof and the hood. And I could have just maybe got these in black, and it would have been less money to get them in black, because these are only, I think these are mostly available only on the Sian. So the fact that I was able to get these for a reasonable price was pretty good, because the Sian is still out. So it's easy. It's possible for those resellers to get those parts. So got all those. I got these and I found out I probably didn't need to get these specific dishes. So these dishes have the stud covered. I have clear dishes this size that have the stud is a hole. I could have probably used that, but went with these because these are like $2 each. So I could have saved a little bit there, but the parts ended up being, so the Sian I got for, I think, $450 Canadian, and then I got all these parts. The parts that actually were part of this were, I think, like $300. So overall, that's going to be about $750 for this, versus like getting a used GTRS that's already built for around 900 or 1,000 or more, like to get it even used. So I'm going to try to put this together, see how it looks. The nice thing is that I did not get the wheels. Like, I'm going to use the wheels that can't come with the Sian, because it's gold rims to go with the lime green, so it should still be fine. And other than that, it's just going to be primarily like stickers. I found I found a couple of companies that were making stickers, but they're in the UK. I don't know why, it's just in the UK, but I found a couple of places that make the Porsche stickers, and I was thinking of buying them, but it's just £10 or $10, and then I have to figure out the shipping situation. They say they'll ship anywhere, but I have to see what I'll do. I'll put this together first, and then I'll decide if I'm going to get the actual Porsche stickers, or if I can maybe print them out myself, because I have a printer. I could maybe just print them out and cut them out myself and see if that works. If you'd like to see me make this build, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and take it easy.